Now, treating the wrist can be both very easy and very complex at the same time, so allow me to explain. Usually there's one way to treat a wrist sprain, and that is through PRICE, which is protection, rest, ice, compression, and elevation if there's swelling. And then once the pain goes away, you start gentle active range of motion exercises, and then work up to your sport, progressive loading, and that sort of thing. It's also complex because there's no muscles in the wrist. It's just ligaments and bones. Now in the hand there are the little intrinsic muscles which you have to be aware of, but usually they come back with some simple gripping exercises.